So I'm Angus Robertson, I'm the Westminster leader of the SNP, and delighted to have so many more colleagues in the House of Commons. The general election was historic, totally changes how we're able to work at Westminster. But we're now focusing on the Scottish Parliament elections next year, and we're preparing our biggest ever campaign because we want to make sure that we are re-electing the SNP. This would be a historic third term, electing Nicola Sturgeon as First Minister, and that's a huge prize because it's really important for all of the areas that have devolved in Scottish politics, so health and education and justice and housing and transport and the environment. It's a long list of things that are really important. And the SNP has been governing very well, and that's the reason why we're doing so well in the opinion polls. But opinion polls are just opinion polls, and we have to make sure that we speak to as many voters as possible and we win the election next year.
My name is Leanne Wood and I'm the leader of Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales, and I'm here in the SNP conference ahead of very important elections next May. There's a great buzz in this conference. It's bigger, there are more delegates here than were here last year, and I very much hope that Plaid Cymru will be in a position of being able to be the party of government after next May's elections, just as the SNP has done here.
I'm Gillian Martin and I'm the candidate for the SNP in Aberdeenshire East. What's been interesting about this conference is that we are talking about how we're going to govern. And I think that there's an expectation, people outside the SNP looking in, that we're always talking about independence and we may be talking about a second referendum, and we're not actually, because we're talking about governing our country. So we're looking at our social policies and we're having debates over things that the membership want to talk about. So for example, yesterday we had two debates, one on land reform and one on fracking, where the membership were wanting stronger resolutions on both those things, and there was quite a good debate between people putting remits back and everything. So this conference has been about governing, about long-term solutions, but it's also been about listening to the membership and letting everyone have a debate about things, and that's been really exciting.
My name's Andrew Nicholl, I'm Scottish Political Editor of The Sun, and we're here at the Aberdeen Conference of the SNP. This is a good deal slicker, more professional, more sort of happy period Tony Blair than most of the SNP conferences I've ever been at, any SNP conference I've ever been at. It's a lot less homely, but I think the great overwhelming atmosphere of the whole thing is professionalism and competence. We don't have anybody in the SNP who goes up in front on the platform and shouts embarrassing, embarrassing, embarrassing 6 times. And the fact that they are just that competent makes them look streets ahead of everybody else. And a perfect example of that is the second referendum question, where Nicola came on stage in a sort of pre-conference speech and said, "We're not doing that," and everybody fell into line immediately and just, shrugged it off. The Labour Party could have spent years self-eviscerating over a question like that, but the SNP has got it done and done.